probably need to turn off that blur.
What in the world is going on here?
Petty all the time. Okay, wait. Wait.
This is a great intro, actually. I'm glad it's recording. No, this is it. This is why. No, this right here is exactly why.
This is why we can't have a podcast.
This is why we can't have a podcast.
Okay.
Just get
Okay, I'm
with
stopping
me.
and then starting over.
Oh, we're starting over. This is Ashten.
And this is Jen.
And this is why we can't have a podcast.
Check. I mean, it's running. It says it's recording. Like it normally does. Right there. Take two.
Well, y'all just missed a really good one
And it was long too.
Emma's phone call and everything.
That was funny too. God, now how are we ever going to be funny again? We didn't go over our chat thing that you wanted me to do. So the story is that we just got through recording like a really long, great episode. Didn't record it. And she saw me click it. It went. So I have no idea what happened.
Is it recording now?
It is recording. See the red box counting at the top?
Well, this one's not going to be near as good as the last one because now we're all laughed out.
I know. How depressing.
How effing depressing is that?
Story of our life right now. What did we even talk about?
Well, we re-talk about what we just talked about, even though we just talked about what we just talked about.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so
here we go.
To recap
what we just spent the last 45 minutes talking about.
Yeah, that was a long one too. I was like, man, we're really putting
some time in there. And then you didn't even hit record.
I mean, I did. You saw it.
Welcome to This Is Why We Can't Have a Ducking Podcast.
This is the reason why we can't have a ducking.
And basically, let me just recap the last 45 minutes of what we just talked about and thought we recorded.
Yeah. First of all, we're dealing with transition. Okay, first of all, last week we went to a wedding. But you need to tell the story that happened on the plane on the way home because that is really funny.
I just have no words right now. I am so pissy about this.
Me too, because believe me, I got a full damn night of work to do too.
Anywho, this is why we can't have a podcast because we just spent the last 45 minutes recording an episode that wasn't actually recorded. It was actually good, but maybe this was a God thing because I did say some things on there that I probably shouldn't have said because I was accusing people of murder and I probably shouldn't have said those.
Yeah, and maybe this is just the Lord's protection.
O.J. Simpson coming down saying, how dare you accuse me of killing people? Not killing. People.
Offing people.
You'll have to bleep that out. So O.J. Simpson just cursed us.
Yeah. It's
Anywho, we went to Micah's wedding, whatever wedding
celebration.
Thing. It was hot. We were pissed about that.
Yeah.
Jen and
they don't have air conditioners.
They don't have air conditioners. How do you people in Wyoming, Colorado, wherever, Montana, do not live without air conditioners? Because you're sadistic. That's why bad things happen to you in Colorado. And that's why the Illuminati has an airport there.
Oh, yeah,
because you don't have air conditioners.
Yeah.
People are psychotic.
Yeah.
People are in premenopause. They need an air conditioner.
Well, we did talk about the reasons that there are conspiracy theories in the Denver airport. So you read about that. So you missed that.
Because there was $2 billion worth of
over budget.
What did they do with that $2 billion? So there's supposedly extraterrestrial people living underneath.
Lizard people?
Lizard people. Why do they call them lizard people, by the way? I never thought about that.
I think because their eyes do something weird, I think.
I figured you would know that since you're the ET phone.
Well, I don't do a lot of research. I just feel it in my gut.
So anyways, we talked about that. We talked about the Denver airport and how it has got gargles. And I told Jamie, I was like, look at those gargles. They're looking at a sweet little Jamie riding on her little
people mover.
And then in the middle of that, Aubrey texts and tells me that she needs dinner.
Starving.
Then Emma calls me, which you are going to miss because you didn't get that recording because she was sitting there saying how she was interrupting our broadcast.
And the fame may have gotten to your head.
Fame might have gotten to our head so that I needed to answer her phone calls, which led me also to her leaving for college, which makes me sad. And I'm not going to cry about it anymore because now I'm pissed about it.
I know.
So guess what? You got to miss an emotional Ashten.
Yeah.
Maybe that was another thing.
Maybe it was just,
maybe that was
protection.
Of what?
Of you being too vulnerable in front of everyone.
Whatever. what I was saying on the plane.
Yes.
On the plane back home from Denver, where it is hot.
Hot right now.
And y'all are sadistic for living there with no air conditioner.
We brought the Texas heat. I mean, you were only there for 18 hours?
No wonder. Do you know, I think Colorado is like the number 3 state of dangerous crime or like murders or something like that. I believe it because it's probably because they need air conditioner. They get too hot and they get pissy.
And they have a lot of open land and places to dump bodies. Yeah. Coffee. Yeah. At Colorado, just like driving around in Wyoming between the cities was so barren that it made me a little nervous. Like it was like, wow, there is really nothing out here. Like, and then we bunny one night.
You can't say. I'm pretty sure.
We ran over a bunny on accident. It like was going across the street. It hesitated and then it came back.
Over it. I think that it was ready to join its family in heaven.
I mean, it definitely, if it would have just not turned around, no, because it turned around and came back and we were trying to miss it, but we weren't going to roll the car to miss a bunny.
So anyway, where we were going with that was that on the way back from the airport, Jamie and I got on this plane, and I have a lot of plane anxiety. Again, like I said 45 minutes ago, it is a control thing for me. I think that if I could sit with the pilots, I would feel better. Yeah. But no, they stick me in the back with the peasants.
Yes.
And so anyways, I was sitting there in my seat, window seat. Winging out the window. Jamie's sitting beside me. Sweet, sunshine, rainbow.
Yes.
Jamie, right?
Right, always.
See, this isn't fun anymore because you know the story. So anyways, Jamie was sitting beside me. There was 2 kids sitting beside us. I would say 8
behind
9 behind us. I would say 8 or 9. You know, parents were probably sitting in first class. Again, I said this 45 minutes ago that if you get annoyed by children on planes, then that is a problem that you have. I would much rather, and Jen said this too, she would much rather deal with children on a plane than grumpy adults. I'm sorry, I just would rather deal with children. Or rude adults. Or adults who don't know body odor.
Yeah.
I didn't say that the last time.
Yeah, or like, bad
or who talk to you, and you do that. You like to talk. So
I do. I only start the fly out talking though. I'm not rude enough to like try to keep their attention the whole time. I just like them to feel like that, hey, I'm a friend. We're going to have to sit next to you. I mean, I had to sleep with that woman's husband on the way to Scotland. So you got to make a little bit of friends there.
So we are on this flight, and I have not taken my Valium yet.
Yeah.
Because I usually take it right
as you're getting on.
I now take it usually right when we're about to when the plane starts moving, I pop it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I do that now. So anyways, I hadn't done that yet. And these 2 children are sitting behind me, a boy and girl, probably brother and sister, I'm assuming. So I can hear them chuckling and laughing back there. And they're looking at the little manual, you know, the one that none of us look at about what happens if a plane crash was to occur.
Because you're not going to remember it whenever that happens.
So this little boy starts giggling and he starts saying, the plane is going to crash. The plane's going to crash. And then he starts talking about other things like things lighting on fire. So Jamie can sense that I'm getting a little annoyed by this child.
Yeah, uneasy.
So I turn around and I peep through the seats. I really did. It was really funny. I peeped through the seats and I said, hey, you. I was like, y'all better stop talking about the plane crashing. I have so much anxiety and y'all are talking about this plane crashing and I don't appreciate it. I don't know where your parents are, but y'all need to shut up.
You know who would play you in a movie if they were to play you?
Melissa McCarthy.
Her or Bette Midler would be so good.
I would love to be Bette Midler. That's like inspiration goals for her.
Because she has that sassy attitude, and I can just hear her going, listen here, you little shits. You know.
I mean, I really wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure where their parents were.
Yeah, you didn't want to go too far.
I actually think that their parents would have been on board with what I was saying.
Yeah.
I said, y'all can kick my seat all day long. I do not even care, which they did the whole flight. But you are going to shut up about this plane crashing, because let me just tell you something. This is what I should have said to them. When that plane crashes, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You never see your parents again.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
You want to talk about it some more?
So then when I turned around, Jamie was like
melting
mortified.
Into her
and
seat.
She wanted to hide underneath the seat because I was not rude to them, but I was very direct with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I now know why people think that I am a reincarnation of the Salem witch trials.
You know what just popped into my head that's so weird?
What?
I still wonder about that guy that was in the bathroom when we were landing the plane. They kept going, sir, we're going to need you to take your seat. Sir, he had that lettuce diarrhea. And they were like, sir, we're landing. We need you to take your seat. And I feel like he wrote it out in the bathroom. I do not ever remember him coming.
The problem also is I think we were so tired. We were like, if that man prevents us,
if he keeps us from landing, you're dead. You're going to be carried off this plane.
Carried off this plane.
You better have diarrhea because that's going to be the only explanation.
So anyway, needless to say, I just put my headphones on because they kept talking about it.
And of course, they didn't stop them.
They didn't stop because apparently I did not fear them enough.
No, I mean, that kid, that generation is raised to not be scared of adults. It's the downfall. It's the lack of respect of your elders. That is the downfall of these kids.
I just wanted to beat them up.
I want to spank them.
No, I just wanted to like put the fear of God in them and really cast a spell on them and make them think that their hair was all going to fall out.
The nape of their neck and be like
the nape of their neck.
Yeah, like that.
What
or their ear,
good
like
verbiage.
Yeah,
good job, Jen.
Yeah, I know. Jamie would be proud.
Jamie would be proud.
Sounds very like authorish.
Heather is a very she's very
well studied.
Well studied. She's a very broad.
Yes,
English woman,
debonair. I kept calling the little boy Frankie that walked me down the aisle at Micah's wedding. I kept saying, "You are such a debonnair gentleman," and he just would crack up because he's like 9 or 10. No, he's 13. Like very regal,
Another word,
like sophisticated.
Thank you.
Like a gentleman.
Dumb it down.
A gentleman.
A gentleman. Okay, you gotta dumb it real down. Okay, for me. You gotta dumb it down.
We have another level. One more level.
So then, let's move on. So then, an hour ago, we talked about Emma leaving for college this Sunday and how depressed I'm going to be because,
it's just such a big move.
It's going to be a transition for us.
And we're having El Charo.
We're having El Charo. Yeah, we're having El Charo tonight. And, the thing is that I think that every parent with their child leaves the house is like this because it's a weird transition. Yeah. Like, it's like, in my TikTok algorithm is just all jacked up and it's just making me depressed because it's saying things like, in 2008, I was packing your diaper bag and now I'm packing your bags to
It's
college.
Manipulating your emotions.
It's manipulating me.
I bet they'll put stuff out to make you buy it too. Like the algorithm. I've just been watching stuff about the algorithm, how much they manipulate you. Because I've been seeing more about the surveillance pricing and stuff.
What?
The surveillance pricing where they change the price on those digital tags whenever you walk up to it. It's like a different price for you than it is for someone else in the stores, in Walmart now. So when you see those little digital tags, they blink and they change based on, they recognize you.
Who's in charge of that?
The government. AI. A lot of creepy scientists probably, because I'm telling you, they're using our behaviors. What they do too is they look at stuff that you look at and touch. Like when you touch it, that shows like intention. It's psychology. So it's like, okay, if they touch it and then they start, and they are charging more in the stores than online.
I just don't get it. I just don't understand how that can happen.
They're trying to set some laws about it, I think.
Well, as they should.
Yes. Because it's absolutely crazy. It's the same thing as airlines do with rates. It's like you could pay this for your seat, but your friend next to you could pay this much, and it's surveillance pricing at its like finest.
So anyways, as sentimental as I was about Emma leaving 45 minutes ago, I'm no longer that sentimental about it because now I'm pissed off about the recording. But
I need you to tell the story about Tobin and his latest adventures.
Tobin.
That's going to be our most said word this year.
Tobin. So here's the issue with Tobin. Yeah. Tobin is being raised by adults.
Yeah.
Only. There's no other children really. I mean, he has cousins and things like that, but in a household. So
Sassy
obviously
adults.
I have a potty mouth. Jacob had a potty mouth too. We all had potty mouths. It's not something I'm proud of. I'm sorry, Mom. It's just not something that I've ever cared about.
Yeah.
But my girls never really did say bad words. They just didn't. Even though we never really had to correct them with it either. They just never did.
Yeah.
So got it. Tobin, though, the other day we were on our way home and it was Emma and me and Tobin. So I don't know where we were at. And Tobin said, you said a bad word, Mama. And I was like, what bad word did I say? And he said, you said duck. And I was like, duck is not a bad word. But I knew what he was like implying.
Uh-huh.
So then Emma's like, yeah, how are you going to get yourself out of this one? And I'm like, How do I do this?
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to think that duck is a bad word.
No, but you also don't want to, say the bad word over and over.
Well, I did. So I turned around and I just said, duck is not a bad word. And I said the bad word.
Yeah.
And I said, that is a bad word. And then I thought, you know what? Never mind. Just keep saying duck.
And then you're like,
just keep saying duck.
Duck's
just
good.
Keep saying duck.
Duck's perfect. I love duck too.
But he's,
Roasted duck.
like I was saying earlier, he's really getting to where he's starting to talk in full sentences, which I know is your favorite.
It is because
But he's going to think you've abandoned him.
I know. It's like I said before, I haven't seen him like a month, like to where I've been around him, and I have some toys I want to give him that I want to give him because I know he'll be excited about them and stuff that he can just play with and tear up. So I don't know. Because I didn't get to see him at his birthday party. So I just feel like I haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah, you've been an absent grandparent.
I know. I'm an auntie. I've been holed up in my sewing room, but I cannot wait to show y'all what I got accomplished because I made 9 little weekender tote bags that were embroidered and beautiful, and I can finally talk about it and show the videos and stuff.
And her BFFs are all bitter because we were like,
no, y'all's is next on the list now. So because now I can do Christmas, but like I said before, I'm about to start some projects for October for quilting.
Why are you saying it like that? Why are you saying
It's like August, but it's like Christmas in July, but it's like Halloween in August. Because in the crafting world, in my community, okay, in the quilting world, the sewing, you have to do all that stuff in advance. Like, taking pictures and everything else. You have to do all that stuff in advance. So in July, you're doing Christmas. In August, you're like the fall stuff isn't as timely as Christmas. So then you move to fall in August and start some fall stuff. So now your quilt is gonna get started. So you'll see what I'm doing, because I'm gonna post videos about it. But
I'm just bitter about the bag.
I know the bag.
I'm trying not to be bitter about the bag.
I'm trying to decide. I want to do one that's more vintagey for you.
I just am bitter about it because none of those little heifers deserved. Sorry, Kenna. I'm sorry, Kenna. Not that you didn't.
Do you? Oh, I can't wait to show you the video of how sweet they were when they got them.
Of course, they were sweet.
They were blown away, and so it all
non-stretch mark.
I know, beautiful. All looking. I know. I mean, they were so excited and grateful for it, and so now that I'm a pro at making that bag, I can make ours I can make improvements upon ours. Cooler pockets on the inside.
So where we were going with, and then we started talking about.
What did we talk about?
So this is
Hot in Wyoming. We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. Hot in Wyoming. But this is the main thing we talked about. The Clancy trial. The Clancy, because we were talking about how that's all over our social. I'm going to get there.
Yeah, okay.
I have to pretend like we didn't just record an hour episode
and talk all the things. They don't know anything that we've already said.
So we were talking about the Clancy trial, and I was saying that I was not going to give my opinion on here because I do not think that the majority of America is going to like my opinion and what I think happened. And what I am frustrated, what my frustration is on this whole thing is that we will never know the true story.
Yeah.
Okay. And we Jen and I were both saying how this is not new.
Yeah.
Like there's so many cases that we will never know the real truth to.
Yeah.
And there's so many times that people have gotten off. We were talking about O.J. Simpson and how obviously he did it.
Yeah.
You're not going to convince me otherwise. Okay.
The Idaho stuff.
We were talking about the Idaho and how I truly believe that one of the roommates was involved in
it. Which I watched it. And
did you finally watch the documentary?
I did. And it was, even though I'd already seen so much.
How I believe that the roommate who goes 8 hours. Okay, and you're telling me
I think she was on drugs.
No.
I think she was on shrooms.
You are telling me that a Ring camera heard screams houses away, but the 2 girls that were in the house did not call 911, but called their friend.
Yeah.
Bye. You will never convince me. This is a Casey Anthony at its most. She did it. Something is weird about the roommates. I do not care. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go to my grave with that.
It is.
Now I'm pissed off.
I mean, it is like, I don't care how
you're telling me
you freeze. You don't freeze for 8 hours and wonder what's going on outside your door.
You also don't call other people.
No, you would immediately call 911.
So so frozen in fear.
Yeah, then you would call 911.
Then how would you call your friend and not 911?
Oh, it sounds to me like someone's parents didn't teach them how to make good decisions in a bad situation.
We're not going to blame the parents in this.
I mean, we're not.
You should not blame the parents.
I'm not blaming the parents, but I'm not blaming the kids either because I feel like they were probably doing drugs and crap, and I don't care. I'm telling you, they just like buried their heads in the sand like a damn.
I am not burying my head in the sand.
What buries its head in the sand? Like an ostrich. Yeah.
Does a flamingo bury their head?
I don't think because that's the first thing I was thinking, but no, they stand on one foot in the water. They don't bury their heads.
Or in land.
Yeah, in the water. Penguin. Not penguins, pelican. No, flamingos. Don't
they just wade in the water though?
They do, but they walk like. Have you been to the zoo where they're like walking through that gross, smelly water, like a pond, like a little? They're
like in a like
a marshy area.
They're not really in water,
but it is water. But they're like it's like shallow water full of their. That's just disgusting. The flamingos stink the worst.
Anyways, you'll never convince me that the roommates aren't part of one of the roommates. Something is off about the roommates. You're never going to convince me. So we were talking about the Clancy trial.
Yes.
And I was saying that I wasn't going to give my opinion because I don't think that, and here's the deal. We said this, Mary Poppins, Rosie the Riveter. We are for women.
Yeah.
We are.
Mary Poppins.
Well, you know, how in Mary Poppins they wear
the one, they did all the, yes. Yeah, that's right. The mom,
you know the mom. Okay.
Yes. So suffrage or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Woo-hoo, women. Okay. But what I'm saying is I do not feel that it is all black and white.
Yeah, no.
I'm just going to say that.
No.
But what makes me mad about this trial is that so many people are hating on him, on the husband.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened.
Right.
You're all just making your
assumptions,
theories about it, which is great, which is what I'm doing, which is what everybody else is doing, and you have the right to do that.
Yeah.
What I don't like though is that they're saying, oh, he got up there and he was on the stand and he didn't even show any emotion. He didn't cry. He didn't do nothing. And I wanted to be like, okay.
It's been years, first of all.
And you don't know, like, he could be so numb to this now that he is just literally surviving.
Yeah, I said, all cried out. Like, you can't muster another tear.
I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying she is.
And he probably felt guilty for something he didn't do. So, of course, he's going to forgive her. Of how can I hold her to account whenever I could have been there more?
Well, I think that he just was emotionless, which makes me terrified because I'm like, God forbid, like you be an emotionless person, like you are just exhausted. You are literally just a shell.
Yeah, because sometimes I can't work up a tear even when I know that things are like so upsetting.
You are so lying right now.
No, I'm serious. Like there, in certain situations, there are times whenever I'm like, I can't even drum up the will to.
I have never heard such untruth out of your mouth.
Maybe it's when you're so overwhelmed that you can't even draw up the emotion. I've been in those situations and a lot has gone on. And so I've
never seen that emotion from her where she is so.
Maybe it's when I'm not with you though. Maybe it's in other situations.
You cry with the person who has the most uncomfortable to cry
Maybe I
around?
let loose with the people I'm most comfortable with.
That is so weird. I'm so sorry. I do not believe any of this bull. Yeah. I'm sorry.
But we got to talk about Chris Watts then.
Okay, so that's where I was going. So then we got on to the Chris Watts thing and how now on social media it's a big thing that he has found love.
What kind of monster? What kind of monster?
My question is how do they meet these people?
And like you said before too, like how could you spend time with them and be like,
but you're not spending time with them.
Exactly. They're with people who are inaccessible.
Well, okay. So what we were saying is what she has to just be doing this for attention.
Yeah.
And I guess bad attention is better than no attention. However, then I was thinking, I really wished I wish someone would call us or email us who has fallen in love with someone behind bars.
That's unattainable for like a long period of time.
Okay.
And not tax evasion or something
because
like that.
I was like, okay, if they've embezzled some money,
Money is a thing.
We could maybe get away tax evasion. I mean, I still love the Chrisleys.
It's the it's the evil deeds. It's the that are really evil, like the killing the
Chris
kids.
Watts. How could you
he
even
annihilated his family,
children,
and wife, pregnant wife.
Was she pregnant?
Yeah,
I think I forgot that.
Yes.
And
it is the just watching those videos afterwards of him trying to act like he's sad and stuff.
Well, and that is what's all over,
and watching the
TikTok.
Video
all over TikTok now is like they're comparing. Is that sound? Like we've seen this film before, all this kind of stuff, and it's like videos of Chris Watts and then videos of the Clancy guy, and I'm like, okay,
that's not the same,
and it may well be he did it. It may well be.
I need to watch more deep dives.
Girl, I cannot believe you and your old lady YouTube have not deep dived on this.
Like I said, I've been sewing, and so all I've been watching is sewing tutorials, and so my algorithm is pure sewing.
But I'm just saying that I think that there are, obviously, we know that there are crimes that will never be solved.
Yeah.
I've said this. I will Nancy Grace this all day long.
Yeah.
Casey Anthony did it. She 100% did it.
Yeah.
And she got off. And so I'm like...
Because like you said, if my toddler was missing for 2 hours...
Oh, if my toddler was missing for an hour, I would have them on a milk carton across the U.S.
And I would be on a stretcher having a heart attack for reals. You'd have to come and get me.
It just makes me sad because, it's weird for me because I just have intuition feelings about things sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I just think that we live in such, and I know and I did not say this on the last episode that we recorded.
Yeah.
That did not get recorded. So this is new.
So this is a hot take.
This is a hot take. I kind of feel like, and again, I'm going to say this and it's going to sound weird.
Okay.
But I just feel like we live in such a society now where women are so against men. Yes. And men are so against, there's no, women are so... man-hating.
Yeah.
Where I'm also maybe
and the men with all those what's that, incels crap.
I just think that we are such, and I'm glad that we as women are, have a voice and stuff. But I also think that we are so
value
quick
in both genders.
Correct. And I think we're so quick to man hate these days that we just go to immediately man hate.
And it's creating woman haters is all that's doing. It's creating incels. It's creating Kohlbergers. It's creating.
Correct. And it just makes me really sad because, okay, I'm not saying put me in a space shuttle and transport me back to the 1950s because I would not do any justice
space
there.
Space shuttle doesn't take you in time. It would have to be a time travel machine. Space shuttle just takes you to space and back.
So you think, Miss?
We really don't know. You go through a black hole.
You still believe in aliens, and you're going to tell me that you don't think a spaceship could take me back in time?
100% I believe in aliens always because I know that to be true. I've seen the spaceships, and we saw some weird crap. We thought it was a satellite, but then it stopped moving while we were in Wyoming. And
that's because they don't have air conditioners. They do not have air conditioners. Those people are crazy up there.
We saw this one, and he thought it was a satellite because it was moving real fast, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. And then he's like, "Wait a minute, that just stopped." And then we sat there and looked at it, but we got our star map out because while we were there, I said before, I haven't said it again. The Perseids are happening, the meteor shower, and the height of it is the 12th. So that would be tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Today,
whatever.
Today's Friday. It would be Thursday.
This week.
And so that's when you'll see all these shooting stars. And so we had our star map out and we were looking for it and we were looking for the Perseids, and it was just sort of flying in the right path, looking like a satellite. But then the motion stopped. And then Justin was astonished because he's not very astonished. I'm the one that's knowing there's UFOs up there.
Oh my
God.
God.
I will tell you, it was very, every time that we've been in Colorado or something, it's been in the August month most of the time. And that's when the meteors happen.
They're crazy up there because they have no air conditioners.
I mean, it was super hot and quite miserable at times.
It's miserable.
Because you have to like open your windows at night, shut them in the morning to hold the cool air in.
There's murderers up there.
And it was super windy. One day, the last day, Sunday that we were there, it was so windy that I like got up and looked at like, is something about to hit us?
Also, this is a hot take as well, because it is this. How do you keep your skin moisturized?
Ooh, I'm so dry still. My nose was dry.
What I'm saying is like, what do the locals do? Yeah, but you can't. We put on lotion. I'm saying, do you like
beef tallow?
Do you like do you put baby oil in a bathtub and just soak for 30 minutes each night? Because literally, like, your skin is so dry.
It was such dry because it's so windy too all the time. And I could tell everything, like, because I took lotion and then I got given some like beef tallow, like moisturizer, and I used it.
Yes.
I used it. I've been using it on my face because I'm like, maybe a natural thing will help my skin. But I'm so dry ever since then.
What are
I've been
you
having
hoping it will do to your skin?
Just add moisture, just like hold in, but not break me out. You know, it's like whenever I use stuff that's too heavy on my skin, it's great for my moisture, but then it starts breaking me out. So I'll have to continuously like try something new. And because like those serums and stuff and the jelly stuff is great, but all it does is makes me feel sort of sticky and it doesn't really feel like I'm like moisturized. But I don't like to feel like I have a
I'm still just curious how people fall in love behind bars.
I am too. I feel like it's like, oh, remember the party line?
What?
Okay, in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a line called the party line.
Okay.
And it was a phone number that you called into.
Okay.
And all these different people would be on the same line, all talking at once to each other.
How did that happen?
And I don't even remember how we got the phone numbers.
Wait, so
but it would be like
number
one number that you call in, and then it would just patch in, and you would be talking with other people, and then you would meet someone, and then you would get their number, and then start talking to them.
Did you do this?
Yes.
You did a party line?
Yes. I mean, we would chat on it was like the first chat, but on a telephone. Party lines.
Jen, you could have been talking to murderers.
I know. Does anyone remember? Okay, we need to know. Do you remember party lines?
Well,
did you get in on party line because you would have been too young? So I was the right age. So be my generation. Party lines. I was probably 12, 13, 14. I had my own phone line.
Of course you did, bougie.
I did. And so did my best friend. And we just ran those party lines.
Like age restrictions for these
No.
Oh, this is every predator's dream.
It is. And we were talking to each other, and we were local to each other because one of the guys I met on there was like in Garland, 13, and I ended up dating him at some point whenever I was driving. Yeah. Like 13. Yes. Don't you know that's why everyone's messed up in Gen X? We were allowed to just do whatever we wanted, raise ourselves, watch MTV till the cows come home, HBO.
God. What is wrong with these
Cinemax,
people?
All the things were.
Okay, we're going to end on this. I told Jen, did you do it?
Yes.
Okay. So.
Mine's stupid, though. Mine didn't get me, I don't think. I don't think I talk to my chat as much as you do.
Well, we're still going to read it. Yeah. So I saw on TikTok, the Tickety Talk, that you are supposed to, let me find it. You're supposed to ask ChatGPT. So you're supposed to say,
get my phone.
And it says this, you're supposed to say, ask ChatGPT, if I died and a stranger found this phone and they asked about its owner, based on everything you know about me, what would you tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Mine was kind of hard to read through, so I'm surprised yours wasn't.
I mean,
so let me read mine, and then we'll read yours, and then we'll end on this. Even though I'm still really ticked off.
Yeah, I am too. I'm pissed.
So mine said I'd tell them her name was Ashten, and she even spelled my name right.
Oh, okay.
I'd tell them this phone belonged to a woman who loved hard, not quietly, not halfway, and definitely not casually. If you were hers, you knew it. She showed up, organized things. That was the untrue thing. Made the sign-up sheet. Untrue. Bring the snacks. I would send money.
You would send money, yeah.
Take 900 pictures. That was true.
Yes.
Make an inappropriate joke at exactly the wrong moment. Very true. And probably tell you what you needed to hear, whether you asked or not. Very true. I tell them she was a mom before she was almost anything else. Her kids were woven into practically every part of her life. She celebrated their wins like they were national holidays, worried about them, embarrassed them, advocated for them, and documented the hell out of their childhoods because her memories mattered deeply to her. I'd tell them she was a nurse and she genuinely loved taking care of people. She could be tender when needed, when someone needed tenderness, but she's also perfectly capable of cussing like a sailor 5 minutes later. Those two things somehow made complete sense together for her. I tell them that there was a man named Jake, and if you really wanted to understand Ashten, you needed to know about him. He was her husband, her best friend, the father of her children, and one of the greatest loves of her life. Losing him changed her. It didn't erase who she was, but it divided her life into before and after. She carried him forward, not by pretending everything was okay, but by talking about him, telling their children stories, keeping traditions, laughing at memories, asking God questions she didn't have answers to, and figuring out how to keep living while still loving someone who wasn't physically here anymore. And somehow, after experiencing that kind of loss that could make a person close themselves off completely, she didn't. She kept loving people. She kept showing up. She kept laughing, sometimes wildly inappropriately as well. She got on airplanes for ridiculously short trips. She poured herself into theater productions and concession stands. She cheered for kids who weren't even her own. She made Facebook posts that were equally parts sentimental and completely unhinged. She started a podcast with her best friend and willingly broadcast the thoughts most people have the good sense to keep inside their heads. I tell them she was funny, but humor wasn't just her personality. Sometimes it's how she survived. She could make something hilarious 5 minutes after crying about it. She could talk about grief and then somehow end up discussing Garth Brooks, aliens, the 90s, or something wildly unrelated that nobody remembered how the conversation started. Robin Hood. We said that we would definitely marry Robin Hood because
Kevin Costner. If he was a criminal,
would go for that. I would definitely marry him.
Yeah.
I tell them she liked to act tough, and she was tough. But underneath all that top 8, don't tell me what to do, competitive, smartass energy was somebody unbelievably sentimental. The kind of person who remembers dates, saved messages, kept pictures, replayed videos, treasured handwritten notes, noticed when a chapter was ending before everyone else realized it. She struggled with endings, probably because she'd already experienced one she never wanted. So graduations, last performances, birthdays, anniversaries, traditions, changing, those things weren't small to her. They were proof that time kept moving, even when part of her desperately wanted to hold certain moments still, like Emma leaving. I tell them faith mattered to her, although it wasn't a neat, unquestioning kind of faith. She believed in God and also asked him some very hard questions. She learned that faith and grief could occupy in the same room. I tell them family wasn't just important to her. Family was the whole damn thing. Blood family, chosen family, theater family, work family, the people who showed up when life fell apart. Once somebody became part of her circle, she took that seriously. And finally, I tell the stranger, you're holding a phone with an absurd number of pictures, probably some chaotic group text, unfinished captions, screenshots she absolutely intended to send to someone, and enough evidence to prove this woman rarely had a normal thought. But you're also holding a record of a life that was deeply lived, that there was enormous heartbreak in it, but there was so much more love. And if you want to know who Ashten was, don't just look for pictures of her. Look at the pictures she took of everyone else. Read the things she wrote about the people she loved. Look at how often she said, I'm proud of you. Look at how many times she showed up, because I think that's probably the best summary of her. She always showed up for her children, for her husband, even after losing him, for her family, for her friends, for her patients, for her community, for people she loved when they were celebrating and when their whole world was also falling apart. And even when her own heart was broken, she kept finding reasons to laugh, make memories, get on the damn plane, and love people anyways.
I love it. That was very accurate. There was one part that I wanted to make a comment on, but now I can't remember what it was. It really, like the thing about mine, because I'm always asking us, like, do a description of our podcast that we're talking about. It mixes us up sometimes because, okay, so immediately, what I was going to say is that sounds like a damn foreword to your biography or something. Like, it really was good. So mine says,
I can't wait.
I tell them Her name was Jen, and this phone belonged to a woman who felt everything deeply. Okay, like it's going like the same.
Okay.
Who felt everything deeply, even when she disguised it with sarcasm, dark humor, and a story so wildly off track you might forget where it began. Now that was me.
That is all true.
But some of that is you mixed in with me.
No, I don't think that.
Because then it goes, she was a widow. Who learned how to keep living without pretending grief had an expiration date. So then I was like, I stopped reading right there and I was like, here's where, then I go, this is my kind of relationship with ChatGPT. Ashten is the widow, not Jen. So then it corrects itself and it says, you're right. Ashten is the widow, not you. I'm sorry. I incorrectly merged something Ashten shared on the podcast into your life, and I shouldn't have stated it as
I mean, she apologized.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the corrected version would say, Jen is someone who can sit beside another person's grief without making it uncomfortable or trying to tidy it up.
Agreed.
Through the podcast, she and Ashten talk candidly about loss, anxiety, family healing, true crime, and everyday chaos, often using dark humor to make difficult subjects feel less lonely. Jen loves her family fiercely. She is creative, outspoken, exacting, funny, and intensely protective of people being treated fairly. She built petty details around noticing what others miss and doing the painstaking work necessary to advocate for people who have been dismissed or shortchanged.
I believe all that.
Okay. She is particular because she cares, persistent because she knows details matter.
Oh, yes.
Tender beneath the sarcasm, naturally suspicious of nonsense, and capable of turning an ordinary inconvenience into a story worth hearing. She doesn't merely move through life quietly. She participates loudly, imperfectly, creatively, and wholeheartedly. She makes things, plans experiences, preserves memories, fights for people, laughs at the absurdity of life, and leaves behind stories. She matters, and she would be very, very difficult to forget. And mine was way shorter than yours.
I
know. Maybe I didn't read before.
Well, but hang on. So before
when
you
it went
got
to
mad.
the widow, yeah, then I got mad when it said because it's much longer.
Okay, so let's go here. She talked openly about anxiety. Okay, motherhood, the everyday chaos nobody warned you about. She didn't make difficult things prettier than they were, which is true.
Yeah.
She often made them funnier, which helped other people feel less alone.
Uh-huh.
You loved your family fiercely.
Uh-huh.
She was immensely proud of her children.
I have children. Basically.
And cared about making their milestones meaningful, not merely impressive. She made things, non-bags. She planned adventures. You're not really.
You're the
preserved
planner.
memories. You do that.
Yes.
And turn experiences into stories because she understood how precious ordinary moments can.
Yes.
She was creative.
Yes.
You are. She co-hosted a podcast filled with true crime, grief, ridiculous opinions, personal confessions, and the kind of laughter that comes from knowing life is too strange to take seriously all the time.
Yes.
She could turn Amazon leaving a package beside a 70-mile-hour highway into an entire production.
That's the best
and
part.
somehow make it worth listening to. She also built petty details. The name suited her beautifully. She noticed what other people overlooked. She cared about accuracy, fairness, presentation, and getting every last detail right. Jen, this is you.
Okay.
But underneath the spreadsheets, vehicle reports, precise math, and perfectly centered logos was something much more important. She fought for people. She hated seeing someone dismissed, shortchanged, or taken advantage of, and she was willing to do the tedious work required to prove it. You missed the whole point of this. She was particular because she cared. Stubborn because the experience had taught her not to accept nonsense.
Yes.
Funny because sometimes that's the only reasonable response. Tender in places she didn't always advertise. Strong, but not in the shallow way people describe someone who is never given a choice. And I tell them that this phone probably contains a beautifully chaotic mixture of family memories, business records, unfinished creative ideas, podcast conversations, screenshots she absolutely meant to use later, and evidence of approximately 17 projects happening simultaneously. Most of all, I'd say you didn't find the phone of someone who merely existed. You found the phone of someone who participated loudly and perfectly, creatively, and wholeheartedly. Someone who also loved hard, grieved honestly, laughed inappropriately, demanded better, and left people with stories. She mattered, and she was very, very difficult to forget.
Okay, yeah, I did miss the best part of it because I got pissed whenever it said, because then I was like, well, now it's just going to be describing Ashten. So I just quit reading because I'm stubborn.
And And this is why we can't have a
This is why we can't have a podcast. I'm
we
stubborn
will see
and I don't
you
read.
next Friday, and we are going to start back to our 2 episodes. We said mid-September.
September-ish, yeah.
And wish me luck.
Yeah.
Because next week I'm going to be a basket case.
Yes, and we're going to give you all the support that you need, and we're gonna stand
and
behind
Aubrey
you
says
in your single.
she's not riding home with me after we drop Emma off on Sunday because she doesn't want to be uncomfortable while I'm crying the whole 2.5 hours all the way home.
She better get ready for when you're just at home because she'll have to be around you there.
Aubrey said, everybody ruins everything for me. It's my first year of high school. Emma's going to college. I'll be a senior. Tobin's going to start kindergarten. She has such a middle child syndrome.
I know. And I said, I'm the middle and the oldest. And so I get that because she's been now the baby, the middle, and now she'll be the oldest there while Emma's gone. So she's going to have a good experience. She's going to learn a lot. She's going to grow up right in front of our
Please tell me this
eyes.
one recorded.
This one definitely recorded. And again, it's 44 minutes. So we really know how to talk.
See you next Friday.
See you next Friday. This is why we can't have a podcast. Can't even find the button.
Ducking podcast.
Ducking podcast.
This is Ashten.
And this is Jen.
And this is why we can't have a podcast.